Hey Taurus, this is Tina with 85th House Vibrations, and this just in. This is where we get all up in other folks' business about love and relationships. Let me just go ahead and get the spiel out. This will be true for Taurus, Sun, Moon, or Rising. This is a general reading. It probably won't resonate with everybody. Also, if you happen to know what your moon and or rising sign is, feel free to check those videos if you'd like to get a more complete picture of what could possibly be going on with you for the remainder of April. Like if I hadn't said before, this is a love reading. Taurus, that's going to be. You know, I'm sure the big deal is a lot of you, that's what I'm looking for. A lot of you experts, or those of you who have been in astrology or tarot, this whole realm for a while, you know that Venus has been retrograde. Venus will go direct on the 15th of the month in Taurus. That is your ruling planet. So, curious to know how that's been for you. Venus retrograding in Aries. Thing about it though is Mars is the ruler of Aries, and Venus being your ruling planet. Mars is the male energy, and Venus is the female energy. So Mars and Venus always go well together. Taurus, I'm kind of thinking maybe for you, before I pull in the cards, that Venus retrograding in Aries, while there may be some of those Venus retrograde dynamics going on in your life, I wouldn't be surprised, Taurus, if you guys kind of got a little extra good time out of the year. Seems like it just gave you more of an opportunity to be in the Mars type stratosphere, and Venus doesn't mind being there. Mars is like Venus's boyfriend, so Venus doesn't mind, I don't think, being in Mars's house until Mars starts to get a little too frisky or a little too aggressive or something like that. So Venus is like, it's cool. I'll go on to my house. Well, anyway, Venus has actually dipped back into Pisces, and it will be going forward, if I hadn't said so already, on the 15th. So it's got to make a whole trek back through Aries again. So Taurus, fun. Seems like maybe a lot of material things manifesting there. Taurus, you could probably be having a good time with all of this. Let's see. So anyway, we're going to be using the Llewellyn Tarot. I'm going to pull 3 cards from the Llewellyn Tarot. And should we need clarifiers, I'm going to be using this Rider-Waite pocket deck. And if you want to know what that is, this surface is unknown. So I pre-shuffled actually before I started the video because, all of this right here, it's too much. Anyway. That's my little owl. She has decided to make an appearance. I don't know why she didn't want to come for Aries, but she just decided to show up. So it's my spirit animal. I wonder, can your spirit animal change? Because I know for a long time my spirit animal I thought was the dragonfly. It's the owl. That's going to change. Anyway, enough about me. So Taurus, let's go ahead and pull 3 cards from the Llewellyn Classic Tarot. I've already shuffled and did my things already. 3 cards. The first card is the 8 of Wands. I can't see a damn thing. Hold on. I gotta put my readers on. Okay. This old fancy schmancy deck, sometimes I can't really make out what it is. And I don't have have time to be counting wands. Anyway, the Eight of Wands. So, there is a lot of opportunity and things happening really quick around you right now, Taurus. And since this is a love reading, this is probably in love relationship. Taurus, you could have stuff coming at you from all sides with this Eight of Wands. Wands being fire, being movement, being energy. And, the eighth major arcana is the Strength card. And one of the things that the Strength card represents is lust. And it's like I already said, with a Venus retrograding in Aries, hanging out in our old man's house for an extended period of time, I feel like that there's probably a lot of energy around you, a lot of exciting energy. There may be a lot of information coming in for you. Taurus, Mercury is about to retrograde in your sign on the 9th. But up to this point, and if I hadn't said this is for the second half of April, up to this point, though, there has been a lot of just energy, a lot of probably messages and things coming in that might slow down a little bit. Taurus, as far as, the Mercury situation, I know we're not talking much about Mercury. I shouldn't say that, but I'm not really focused on Mercury as much as I am Venus and Mars. But I wonder if up to this point, maybe some of this Mercury energy has been a little much for you. So as Mercury retrogrades in your sign, I think that you will actually have some time to slow down and think about how to process and use all of this energy that has come in. This is like a shit or get off the pot energy. Like move fast. When I move, you move. And Taurus, generally that's not in your nature. So as this Mercury retrogrades, then I think you may get an opportunity to sit back and think about what may be going on possibly in your love life and see how to process. The second card is the Three of Pentacles reversed. Somebody hasn't maybe been willing to cooperate, to put the work in. Taurus, maybe all of this Eight of Wands energy that has come in has kind of distracted you, or, got you a little off your game as far as putting in the type of work that you would generally put in. I also want to say that for some of you, there may be coming up some discussions in a relationship around your money, about who's doing the most work, who's putting in the most time, who's putting in the most effort, who's not cooperating, who's taking all of the credit. I feel like with the Three of Pentacles reversed, there is somebody who either, they don't recognize that there's work that needs to be done. They refuse to put the work in. This could be maybe you or your partner is having issues at work. And this could be affecting what's going on in your relationships in some way. Or maybe this is, all work and no play make Johnny a dull boy, right? So this could be you deciding to go ahead and get with all of this energy. Like I said, when Mercury goes retrograde and you get a chance to kind of think and sort it out, you might actually just give it a rest a little bit and then to see how to process this exciting energy. Taurus, this might be a month where You may actually look away from practicality. You may look away from consistency. And I, at this point, don't feel like that's a bad thing. You just may be wanting to move. You know what I'm saying? You might be wanting to move around. Some of you Tauruses may already be moving in this Eight of Wands energy. You are waving your hands in the air like you just don't care right now. Some of you may have taken some time away from work to go kick it hard. Okay, so we've got the Nine of Pentacles reversed as the last card. It's a Venus and Virgo card. Okay, so I really do think, Taurus, that some of you may be throwing practicality to the wind and just deciding to, you know, just go all out. The thing about it, with the Nine of Pentacles being reversed, at the end of all of this, you could feel like you're not, or somebody could be feeling like they didn't get what they came for. This may be somebody who is choosing to take cover, kind of withdraw. Maybe because they are feeling guilty. This could be you, Taurus, feeling guilty about just, you know, having fun and not doing the work. Or maybe there's no more money left because you just went and kicked it and, you know, didn't focus on, or maybe, you know, there's something going on where there's no communication about what's coming in and what's going out for some of you in a relationship. I feel like some of you, you or your partner, somebody may be wanting to get pregnant, have a baby, to add to the family, and they want to do it now. But Taurus, you may not be on that kind of time right now. You may not feel as if you're financially ready to support this situation. You feel like you need some time to think about it before you move. And, you know, this Eight of Wands is saying, you almost had it. You know what I'm saying? If you lie dormant, it's kind of that commercial. I bring this up all the time where guys like, you almost had it. You got to be quicker than that. But Taurus, the thing about it, you know, okay, let me go back. That was for some of you Tauruses. I got to kind of go back to my original line of thinking. And I'm not saying to, let's not abandon what we just talked about. But, you know, some of you Tauruses really did take yourself out of your character, or will be taking yourself out of your character this last part of April and just getting it. But I think you have to be careful, because by the time you come back to your senses, you are going to feel light in the pockets. At some point, there is going to be a need to withdraw from whatever this energy is, whether it's in a relationship, you know, whether there's this just a huge amount of insane energy within the relationship between the two of you, if there is in fact a relationship, whether, you know, you are just, maybe you and your partner are out turning the world on its ear and not communicating about the damage that's going to be done after you get through having such a great time. And when Venus goes direct, Taurus, like I said, when you have some time to sit back and think about what you need to do or what you have done, you'll probably start to see things differently. As your ruling planet goes direct again, and this is generally what happens for those of you experts who have been into astrology and tarot and those type of things for a while, you know that when Venus retrogrades, it's all about revisiting possibly past relationships, new people coming into your life, or maybe you both gardening with somebody old's life. Taurus, for me, it was like I feel like the way this Venus retrograde played out for me was more of a slowing down of my interest in what I love, tarot and astrology included. I was still into it, no doubt, but it's like, it's like I needed tarot and astrology to go put on some sexy lingerie or something for me. It's like, let's spice this up. I'm tired of seeing the same old astrology or the same old cards, and that may not be the truth, but that's how I was feeling. It's like, that's how I took it. I don't know if that has happened for some of you. I really do feel like you guys have just really been moving with this energy, or being bombarded with a bunch of opportunities or passions or energies, or even opportunities for travel. Um, but up until this point, hadn't really had a chance. Hadn't had a chance to think things through, or really just didn't want to think things through. It's like, F that. I'm about to just do me. Though, again, this is making fast moves, but you have to make these moves while and still you got to move quick and do it in the most educated, informed way. It's like you got to have all of this information. You got to know what you're doing, but you got to know it on the spot. When opportunity comes knocking on your door, you can't be sitting around telling somebody else to go get the door. As soon as you hear that knock, it's like you got to get up and get to the door. But you got to decide really, really quickly whether or not you're buying what whoever on the other side of the door is selling. And Taurus, by the looks of these reverse coins, I think you bought what the person on the other side of the door was selling, or you're going to be the second half of April. And it could it could result in you having to take a real step back because the money isn't there anymore. I'm going to pull a couple of clarifiers because, we're talking about love, but I don't necessarily see love. I see lust, I see passion, I see physical, tangible, possibly relationships and things with the coins. But I don't necessarily see love yet. And I do see you looking back as this Mercury goes into retrograde. You're going to look back at these moves that you made. Or once you make these moves, if you hadn't already, you're going to be looking back at these moves you made and wondering, could I have done something different? By the time it's over, after you've re-examined all of this that was going on with the Eight of Wands, you want to look forward and move forward and build, but there may be some difficulties. Let's pull. See, the Three of Wands, this is talking about not being able to, not having the energy. Taurus, honestly, with all this spiritual deep stuff aside, I think a lot of y'all just decided to kick it and go have some fun and not worry about work and not worry about the trek or the journey ahead. And I think that, you bullshitted away your bread. And now you may not necessarily have the energy or the support or the proper communication, the proper understanding with Mercury getting ready to go into retrograde. It's like you just, after dealing with this, I kind of feel like you're not going to have the energy or the passion or the opportunity maybe that was once there for you to have. Oh my gosh, now it's looking like if there is an opportunity, because you see he's looking across like a bunch of land and sea and stuff like that. So, that opportunity that looked so good that you may have moved on, and this could be a physical relationship with somebody. At the end of the day, once you look at your money and your situation, and once all the fireworks burn out and stuff like that, because I do think, Taurus, that you are having some fun right about now. But I think as we get into the second part of April, you're going to be like, oh shit. And then just wondering, do I have the energy? On a more mundane level, this is some of you who just went out and had a hell of a weekend. And now you do not want to go to work on Monday. Still not seeing, I'm not seeing a committed relationship. This just may be communicating and kicking it with friends, Taurus. There may be somebody involved, but I don't see any real seriousness. I see, like I said, lust and quick moving, and buying up the bar. You know what I'm saying? This is like going to Vegas on the weekend and just having fun and moving and gambling and spending and eating, and maybe somebody comes through for you while you're having all of this fun, and that's fun too. And then, like, when you get up Sunday morning or when you start to wind down Sunday evening and you realize that reality is about to hit you again, you're just not here for it. You're like, man, I'm calling in. Let's pull another card. Okay, so we got the Ten of Pentacles. You end up getting it back together, Taurus, and you end up getting your bank account back up. You get your coins back together. You get everything stable again. You get back with family. You get back to secure, stable, fulfilling environments. So you may have a moment, like I said, of being a little light in the pockets, being a little light in energy. This may too be because you did do so much moving around, Taurus. This could be that some of you just kind of took ill. You don't feel good. You did too much, and now you just don't feel well. Hence, I'm calling in sick. Hell, I'm calling in dead. But you get back on your feet again, and everything gets back to normal. I reckon this is going to happen after Venus has got going and moving direct pretty good again. I actually don't see this as like completely coming together in April, but you know, more. Oh Lord, I can't talk. I'm sorry. It's like it's 3:23 in the morning here, and let's just say I'm a little tired tongue. But anyway, I see this is happening more so as we get into May. Pentacles are earth energies, and it's a slow moving energy, and we've got all of these pentacles. We've got 2 sets of wands, and then we follow up with these 3 sets of pentacles. So this is quick slow. This is, yeah. Aww. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna take a little bit of time, and it's going to take a little bit of work. It's probably going to take a little bit of rest, Taurus, and getting yourself back rooted in reality. Nothing wrong if you have fun, and you just may overdo it. Yeah, but the bottom line is you get it together, Taurus. It's all good. It ends all good. Okay? So that's the way I see it, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. For those of you who are new, thank you so much for giving it a chance. For those of you who have returned, thank you for sticking with me. I'd like to mention that as we get to 3,000 subscribers, I will be giving away a free 15-minute reading. I'll let you guys know the details of how to qualify, you know, what we're going to do in order to get that winner as we get closer to the mark. Okay. If you'd like a personal reading, you can contact me at Tina at 85th House Vibrations. And once again, thank you so much, and I hope to talk to you again next month.